Hello everyone, I'm Cody.
I'm Ashley.
I do.
And we are HartLand Farms. Had to go to bed, so it'll just be Ashley and myself taking you through our kind of a brief history and how we got to where we are today and what we have looking forward to the future. So Ashley's going to start out telling us what happened in 2019 and go from there.
So in 2019 we were looking for a home to buy. We were living in town at that time, but we really wanted to get out to the country and we had this dream of kind of like growing our own food, living where we didn't have to seek neighbors. And we managed to find this place, and it was such a blessing. So we came out here in 2019 to this little acre and a half, and we kind of got things started from there.
Yep, 2019 we went through and we fenced in the backyard for the dogs. Just kind of got used to our property and kind of how everything worked around here. We moved out in July, so it was a little late to try to get any sort of garden going for that year, at least for a summer garden. We really weren't too interested in trying to do any sort of fall gardening at that point in time. We just kind of wanted to get our feet under us and get going on, or get used to what we had to work with. So 2020, that's when we really kind of started going with our self-sufficient lifestyle out here and trying to be more reliant on ourselves more than anything else. So we planted a small orchard, which we're currently sitting in our small orchard. We started our garden, about 1,700 square foot garden, which was wonderful, except we did nothing with it after we started it, and so we grew nothing but weeds that year, but you know, had to start somewhere. We got our first batch of laying chickens and our first batch of ducks. So none of them were really meat birds at that point in time. We were just kind of getting them to have them. We enjoyed having the fresh eggs, and we love having the ducks around just to kind of watch them. You might be able to hear some of them quacking in the background. But yeah, so that was our 2020.
2021, we really ramped things up. We added more egg-laying hens. We also did meat birds for the first time. We did a small little batch for us. We also did meat ducks. We processed a few just to see if we really liked duck. You know, just tried something out that was new. And we also added quail, which kind of we discovered that we had this love for this little tiny bird. Our garden doubled in size. So, you know, we didn't let the following year really discourage us, so we just completely doubled it, and we actually planted a ton of tomatoes, a ton of different plants, and we managed to keep up with it for the most part.
Yeah, pretty most of it.
Yeah, and we added a trellis system as well, so we can have our squashes and stuff to kind of grow around it. So that was kind of something cool and fun that we tried out. We managed to actually reap a harvest from that garden, and we did quite a bit of canning. Which was a good start for us. So we were able to enjoy the fruits of our garden throughout winter too, and that was a huge blessing. We moved ourselves from being solely reliant on propane for heat to a wood burner. And that was just like a breath of like fresh air. Like it really helped us just breathe easier at night, not feel stressed because you don't have to worry about propane.
Yeah, to preface that, we spent $3,000 in propane the year before during the winter. So we were trying to cut down on that cost as much as we possibly could. We have an old farmhouse and it does not hold heat very well. So
it breathes.
2021, we also went through and we started a microgreen business. And so we started small. We had one grow shelf, and we just went to one of the local farmers markets to kind of see how we liked it, see how the product sold. didn't sell fantastic that first year. The market wasn't really the right market for what we were trying to sell with the more specialty niche items of the quail eggs and our microgreens. We had some chicken eggs, some duck eggs, some other baked good products we tried to sell as well, but we wanted to focus on the microgreens and the quail eggs. So for 2022, we were talking about it through the winter, and we decided we really wanted to get Juniper out of daycare. That was one of our big goals. So we decided that in 2022 I would quit my job and I would be going to several of the different farmers markets in the area and really try to ramp up our business, try to hit it really hard and see if we can really build this into something that could be substantial and going forward. So that's been going really, really well. 2 of my 3 markets are just absolutely killing it, and the third one would do a lot better if I actually went there, because I've been struggling with my product here lately, but you know, that's neither here nor there. We added even more quail, so we went from about 100 quail to about 300 quail, and then we went down to 200 quail because we had a predator attack that wiped out a ton of them. But then yeah, about the only other thing we've done so far this year is we went through and we added a couple berry bushes that are in this giant overgrown field behind us. So I think they're still out there, but we're gonna have to kind of dig them out and see what we've got going on. But yeah, going into the future, we're really wanting to document our process of growing our homestead, growing our business, and kind of bring you guys along for it. So yeah, you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, I think this year is just going to be the year of perfecting our processes and really getting a handle on things before we keep expanding from there.
There might be one more edition coming in the future, but we'll have to save that one for if it actually happens. So, but yeah, hope you come along with us.